What up, everybody? This is Jason Lee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
And I'm Melissa Ford, a.k.a. the Curve Queen.
Giovanni. Hola.
And we have a special guest in the house, actor Jessie T. Usher.
My bro. What it is?
Jesse.
What's up?
So,
good morning, good afternoon, everybody.
I just watched Almost Christmas, and I have to say, like, I'm surprised you showed up to this reckless-ass show.
Oh, really? Is that how you feel?
I mean,
Giovanni, he don't know about me in the streets, dog.
Hey, he about to find out today.
He about to find out today.
Oh, trust me, this show doesn't use lubrication. We're about to get all the way in it.
See, I just did a family movie, and then now here we are.
Okay, so earlier we were talking about that segment right before you came in. We were talking about, people that fake their dick size to be able to make people think that they really something. Gio shared that he was a grower. I shared that I was a grower. Melissa says she won't fuck with a nigga with a small dick,
but she like dudes. Appreciate growers.
Yes.
right into it.
Do you think?
See, there's a shallow end and then there's a deep end of the pool,
and a grower
and we just tied rocks to your feet and threw you in the deep end.
Right, I see that. It's cinder blocks. Okay.
I mean, we're not going to ask you if you're a grower. That's your business. But you can share to the audience if you want.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the phrase "not a grower, but
I have.
not a shower, but a grower"?
Oh, absolutely.
Melissa, you can ask the question.
What part of the spectrum do you fall in?
Where do I fall into?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I think to a certain
what are the streets
extent.
saying?
I mean, isn't everybody a grower? I don't.
No,
not everybody.
Unfortunately, I was talking about a motherfucker.
That's got to be like a deformity if you're just full on all the time. Like something's got to be wrong.
Shout out to the game. I agree with you.
Hey, what's up, homie?
Matter of fact, Safari. Never mind. I do agree with you. I do think that there is a play. Take over this interview.
I like where you were going with this.
Where was you going with this? Because I didn't know.
Well, it is almost Christmas.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about the movie because I did not get a chance to see it. I was out of town when Jason went and watched it, but it has an all-star cast. And have you had an opportunity to work with any of the actors that are also on the cast? There's Gabrielle Union, Omar Epps,
DC Young Fly.
DC Young Fly. And Monique, who nobody's seen in a really long time.
Right.
Yeah. So how was that? Like, was there any divas on the set? Was there any drama? Was it a lot of fun?
I think because the cast was so large and the majority of everybody was cool. Like, if there was gonna be a diva, they kind of had to check themselves before you were able to like let that animal out. So like, I mean, Danny Glover was there, and everybody was kind of humbled to just be working alongside Danny Glover, even Monique, and we had all these comedians, so like everybody's laughing, and like the movie's festive, the energy was right, the vibe was good, so like there was no drama on set. Will Packer is amazing at like wrangling those large groups of like incredibly talented people and just having everybody work well together. So he did a very good job.
I was actually just in a Will Packer film. Did I tell you?
No.
I was an extra, but I was at
Essence Fest?
I was at Essence Fest. You already know.
Girls trip.
I went to see a friend of ours, Queen Latifah. Went to go see her. Known her for like 24 years. So went to see her and happened to just be sitting in the front row of whatever gospel tribute to the Clark Sisters. And they filmed this show for Girls Trip. Good movie. So Monique, she was like, what I loved about the movie, and Monique's part in the movie, was she took us back to the Monique from Queens of Comedy Days.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And I feel like after Precious, she just kind of fizzled and went away and did whatever.
There was the rumor that she was blackballed in the industry.
Her and Lee Daniels allegedly, got into a beef, some words, and after that, she didn't work. For a while.
She was on top, and she went away for a while. And so to see her come back hard as the Monique that we all loved, how was it dealing with her off camera? So was she comedic all the time? Was it?
Monique is actually she's one of those like light switches. Like she turns it on when it needs to be on. But really, when Monique is not filming, she's like the most loving auntie type person that you'll ever meet. She's always like coaching you through something.
You know what I mean? Looks like.
Yeah, she is. She gives you like these incredibly long, like 30-second hugs. She'll just be like, "Oh my baby, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Hugs.
You look good, baby." Like all that kind of stuff. And she's very uplifting. And then you get on camera and she's like cussing and wild and crazy.
And giving you that neighborhood booster.
Right.
I remember the girl we used to go get free shit from Macy's, and that's who.
That was the same.
She's
Dope to
hilarious.
be working on. I didn't get a chance to see the film either yet. I'm sorry, bro.
It's all good. I'm not tripping. Listen,
but
if I went down the list of things that my friends have done that I haven't seen, it's
evens
staggeringly like embarrassing. Like,
well,
you know what I mean?
say that my girl went to see it. She went with her friend, because that's kind of
Okay.
like I'm gonna go with my girl.
Right.
So
right.
she went and she said she enjoyed it. She said she thoroughly enjoyed you. I said, what the fuck? What do you mean you thoroughly enjoyed him?
But the problem is, see, that's the thing. Earlier you were talking about laying down dick and all that. If you were fucking your girl regularly, she wouldn't be looking
She
at
talking
nobody
about his
else.
performance. Anyway,
I'm
It's
talking
the
about
art.
his
It's the
Can I
my
rate-
girls met him before. No, I was saying
Right.
she
Jill
enjoyed
likes
it,
to
but I
Jill's
wanted
very
to know.
sensitive.
I wanted to know what's your role in the film. Who do you play? Who does
Okay.
Jessie T. Usher play?
Wait, set up the premise of the film for
Oh
us.
no,
Right,
his
right.
character. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then
Okay, so
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you right.
So
y'all
I
just let him
play
talk?
the youngest sibling in like this large family. Danny Glover is the father of like all these kids, and that includes Romney Malco and Gabrielle Union. We're all his kids. I'm the quote unquote accident child because I'm the one that came like 20 years later, which is why everyone else in the film is so much older than me. But what happens right before this whole story unfolds is like our mother passes away, and this is our first time coming home for Christmas since that's happened. So Danny Glover's kind of trying to like wrangle everybody together and like try to get that family festive vibe back that the wife kind of always was, the head runner of, but now he's like, oh, well, shit, like, how do I bring everybody together? We got these family beefs, all this stuff that's happening. And one of his daughters just got divorced. So he's like, I need everybody to have that love that I'm used to, but like, I don't really know how to get it. So it's him figuring that out. And it's like everybody dealing with the death of their mother. But it is a funny movie, and it is. When I say it like that, it sounded kind of dark, but it's not.
So let me
No,
be
it sounds a little soul.
let me be the critic.
Okay.
Okay, let me be the critic.
Okay.
Soul food-ish.
Because when we shoot Love and Hip Hop, we shoot it. And I'm not comparing Almost Christmas to Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
Our shit's
Very,
like,
very different.
Our shit's like Hunger Games. Motherfuckers get beat up and shit, and drinks thrown in them. Shout out to anyway. When you guys shoot the movie, you're shooting in strips, right? So you don't know how it's all laid out.
Yes and no. You
get the script.
We get the script. We know, there's not much deviation that's going to happen.
So you can read the whole script through and you get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when you read the script, did you think soul food? Because when I saw the movie,
Yeah.
I got soul food.
That was the vibe.
Okay.
Originally, before I even read the script, I met with David Talbert, and he was going to give it to me to read, and he was like, when you read this script, what I'm going for is soul food.
Okay.
So like the fact that you got that is great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was watching the movie like, I think I've seen this before. I mean, what you did, you was
Right.
you was extra. You was
Yeah.
disrupted dinner. Like, if my house should have got your ass whooped.
In my house too. That don't fly in my crib.
I ain't gonna lie. There was one moment that I got a little teary eyed because it's holidays. I miss my brother, whatever. When you were emotional about your mom and him selling the house. That shit was a little touching. Other than that, Carrie Hilson, she was that hoe in Soul Food who was fucking whatchamacallit up in the room.
She pulled that
Auntie.
thong strap in the trailer, bro.
She tried it.
Yeah.
Man.
She was working at that grocery. She got out that 99-cent store.
Yeah, she did. She
She's
saw
so
the
pretty.
come up.
She looks so pretty in the.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
You
she's
and Carrie have something in common?
No, we don't.
Okay, we ain't gonna talk about it today?
Yeah,
Anywho.
what? Wait a
No.
minute. No,
So
hold on.
listen.
I walked into a room
No, you
talking
didn't.
about growing and showing. Y'all not going to just leave out. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about Survivor's Remorse.
Okay, here we
Let's
go.
Talk
We're gonna
about
talk about
Survivor's
Survivor.
Remorse. So the show has been.
Wait, since you've been on, I think we should talk about
I don't know.
that.
what
think
no,
I
we
would
should
like
talk
to
about
hear that.
talk about anything.
Whatever it is.
No.
I think
There's
you should
nothing.
quit.
Should
if
I
go
Google
there.
what
Yeah.
Melissa and Carrie have in common
What's
right
going
now?
We're both light skinned and cute. There we go.
We were
okay.
having a
Survivor's
conversation earlier about women, just as a side note, just to give them a little.
Right, don't leave me in the dark.
We were talking earlier about a woman, like if a woman was dating a rich guy and he had a little dick, would she stay with him or not? And I said, fucking stay with him, for the perks, but go get a side nigga. Like, that's what you do in America. That's what this world is built on. That's the fabric of our
Is that what
forefathers.
the world is built on?
I don't know.
I didn't get that memo.
Please don't judge.
man.
Please don't judge my moral authority.
I didn't.
But anyway, let's not go there because she'll quit the show.
Yeah, I feel like the thing we have in common is our hair color right now, and we're both light skinned and cute.
With light eyes.
And you both like basketball.
I'm So, Survivor's Remorse. Survivor's Remorse.
I'm listening.
The show has been is a critic favorite.
Yes.
Are you able to focus right now?
My God,
She's so hot. See, she's so hot. I can tell.
Well, she must feel a surge coming
I
on.
need some coffee
You must
and
feel a
water.
surge coming
Would you
on.
shut?
Okay, sorry.
I think I got it.
And let's talk about his show.
Oh, yeah.
Continue, Miss
yes,
Ford. Go
God,
ahead,
you're just
baby.
gonna end me up on all the fucking So, Survivor's Remorse.
Right.
Gio, stop looking at
Oh wait,
me.
side note. Back to Almost Christmas. I love Kimberly Elise.
She's amazing.
I was watching the movie.
Yeah.
There was a moment with her and Gabrielle. Gabrielle was, they were hating on each other and shit, like sisters do. And I'm looking at Kimberly because Kimberly was in the movie with Queen Latifah, set it off. So I met her a few times. And I said, watch, she about to cry. Because she knows how to cry on cue.
Oh, yeah.
Since she just turned it on.
Yeah, me and my dad have been saying that for years. Like, she is the queen of...
Crying on
Yeah,
film.
like
Yeah.
teardrop
Yeah.
at the snap of a finger.
People
Like,
know as
she's-
an actor, that's hard to keep doing take after take after take.
yeah.
So
I can do that. I'm not gonna do it right now
I was
because my
just getting
face is
ready
beat.
to
All you got to do is think about your lonely vagina.
It's not that lonely anymore.
Oh, you feel you've had a surge lately?
No, I have not actually.
see, that's what Melissa's vagina sound like.
No.
Oh, man.
Continue, but go ahead. Miss Ford about
You know what's different?
What are we talking about?
You know what's different today? You have red hair, burgundy hair, and you have a wig, but it's different hair than what you both typically
you
have.
have yeah.
Okay.
I just want him to know you had a wig on. That's all.
Apparently so.
But it's
so
still cute.
On this show, I call him Bin Laden because he's always blowing up my
Throwing
spot.
bombs.
Yeah, always.
And
always.
what, you don't take shots back? Like, you can't just let him do that.
No, she
I
does.
mean, and every once in a while, but
Okay.
not nearly as often as he does
I
with
see
me.
that,
I just
right.
kind
She takes it
of,
so
Okay,
cute,
back to
though.
Jesse.
you
Let's
know,
talk about Jesse.
it just is what it is. Okay, so can we talk about Survivor's Remorse?
Please.
And the fact that this show is like a fan favorite and everybody is
blowing up,
talking
bro.
about it. Exactly. Talk to us about the casting process. How you're even chosen. Did you have to audition or
Yeah.
were you like
Yeah, that
I would
casting
like
process,
one?
that was the most brutal casting process that I've ever endured. That was 4 months, 7 auditions
That
Oh
sounds
my
about
God.
right.
process. Yeah.
That is the definition of grueling.
Yeah,
Do you know who
that's
you was
rough.
going against for that lead role?
Everybody.
Like, give me like 2 names that we would know that you was going up against, if you know.
The only people that I saw when I was testing, you know Sedarius? Sedarius
Yes,
Bryant?
yes.
Sedarius was testing alongside me. There was a lot of people.
Wow. Because when I
Lot
first
of
saw the trailer, I was like, damn, Trey Songz got a TV show coming out. That's what I said in my mind.
You thought he was Trey Songz? He don't have no STD.
No. Oh, shit.
Stop acting like y'all ain't heard Trey giving bacterial diseases. Come on.
I ain't
I
heard
haven't
that.
heard about that.
That's
Not,
new.
Google.
That's information.
But back to
But yeah, so let me tell you about this process, right?
So wait, Melissa, you never heard that?
Of course I've heard it.
Okay, cool.
But
Thank
I
you.
just was like,
Just for everybody online that's gonna say Jason's being petty.
No,
I'm
it's-
just.
it's-
I talk about the truth. I'm God's child. That's all I do.
the truth, it has been a persistent rumor.
Right. Not to say it's fact. I ain't
Persistent
slept with him.
rumor. It has
Persistent
followed him around like what, Jason?
An STD.
Okay then.
Okay. Go ahead. So.
Anywho.
Okay.
back to Survivor's
Yeah,
Remorse.
but you know, it was one of those things like I didn't understand what was happening for a while. But then actually when I booked the role and I was able to talk to like Mike O'Malley and who's our showrunner, you know, Maverick Carter, who was like the EP, who was kind of head running everything, it made sense. Like they had me come in and read in like November, you know, they didn't do the casting thing till like February, March-ish. And like the November the year before was my first audition. And then I didn't hear anything for like 2 months. And then like right before New Year's, I came in again and I read with like an entire redirection of the show. You know what I mean? I had forgotten about the show, all that kind of stuff. And they called me back in and they said like, we want you to read. Cam had like a monologue, you know what I mean? A speech. And they was like, we want you to read the speech again, but like this way. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I do that with the casting. And then the year, you know, the new year comes and eventually I go back in and start doing all these camera tests. And the camera test was like, you know, me and Ron Rico would test, me and Erica Ash would test. Tashina came in later into the picture, we would test. And it was just like back and forth, back and forth. And every time I would do it, you know, I would hear like, yo, okay, cool. Like you got it. Like you got it. Like, hold up, wait, you got it. But like, come back in and do an audition. You know what I mean? And every time I would come back in and do an audition, it'd be like me and like 5 other new guys. You know what I mean? It'd be like, it's between y'all 6 and then it would be like between another 6, and then between like another 6. So
But that should make you feel good though, because you beat them all out.
Yeah, but it's drooling.
But at the same time, when I talk to people later, you know what I mean, and I'm like. And they're like, oh, yo, congratulations on getting Survivor's Remorse. I was in the top 6. And I'm like, you are the 30th person to tell me that you was in the top. So they was just saying this to everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like.
But you got it.
Yeah. You guys are going into your 3rd season? Fourth season. Executive produced by LeBron James, right?
Uh-huh.
I have not seen it yet.
It's great.
I know everybody talks about it. Tashina, I know they were going to try to set Tashina to come here on the show, but I haven't been able to watch it.
How's it working with her, bro? Because you know, growing up, you see her as Pam on Martin.
She is the Tashina that you see on TV.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 24.
How old were you when Martin was on the air? Like 5?
He seen reruns.
I was,
I
seen the rerun.
Okay,
I got the whole box set at the crib.
So you know about it. So how's that working with her? Because she's considered like an OG straight up.
Oh yeah, and she has that demeanor of an OG straight up. You know, she's very wise, very outspoken. Basically, the Tashina that you see on TV is the Tashina that you get in real life, which is amazing.
She put her husband on blast. Have you ever had a woman?
She did, and we were on set right around the time when that happened. Yeah,
So
and she showed up to work the next day like nothing happened.
Wow. And are you guys like talking about it
professional.
as cast, or is it just like that thing? It was
Oh
just,
no, we're very close on Survivor's Remorse. We talk about everything.
Okay, so
We
you
talk
talk like
about
okay.
Is Mike Epps still on there?
He's not. No, Mike was
Oh,
off.
motherfuckers,
Yeah.
y'all motherfuckers. Y'all motherfuckers gonna put me off the motherfuckers.
Every once in a while, you do a really good impression.
That was a good one,
I
right?
got like a good 10.
That was a good one.
Anyway,
you added enough
Have
motherfuckers
you,
in there.
have you ever been to a transsexual
God.
Taco Tuesday?
A transsexual Taco
Oh, my
Tuesday?
God.
I didn't know those were in existence.
Oh, he goes every Tuesday.
First of all, bro.
Do you want to set it up? Because
Yo, let me set it up because let me set it up because
Somebody tell me what's going
hold
on over here.
because I'm gonna set it up because one thing Jason Lee does is he just goes off
tells the
fucking
truth.
Richter scale.
Tells the truth.
Anyway, I have a mutual friend. His name is EJ King.
See, you putting your friend's business.
No,
out there.
because he's already know.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
He styles Chris Brown. I've danced for Chris Brown. So he has these Taco Tuesdays, and we all go. And at the end of the night, they just do this performance. Where,
that's what we're gonna call it.
well, I'm not gonna call them no. Listen, they dress up.
He looking at his watch because he's trying to get the fuck out.
Text messages. And
Yeah,
everything
they dress
from-
up.
Okay.
But like I tell him, like I love the LGBT community. I love everybody. So I go with my girl. You met
Right.
my girl.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to me. But Inspector asshole over here, because always bringing it up.
First of all, it's LGBT community.
I said LGBT community.
You left something out.
He stuttered.
But you just called me Inspector Asshole. So let's just be very clear.
Oh God.
To the gay community, I'm gay. I'm not Inspector Asshole. I don't inspect an ass. Well, I do. Anyway, don't call me that on the air. My point is, I just found it kind of odd that he has this tranny Taco Tuesday thing that I don't even go to.
You've been there.
I've never been there.
I promise you, Jason, I saw you there.
Would you ever go to a Taco Tranny Tuesday?
Can I ask? I'm going to ask the question a different way, if you don't mind.
Please do. Thank you, Miss
I'm
Ford.
going to go out on a limb and say that you're heterosexual.
I am.
100%.
Yes.
Okay, because people
Why
are very,
can't- when
people
you-
are very
you just never
sexually.
know.
Okay, but no, because this leads into the conversation that we were having earlier about men who are so confident in their sexuality that they feel comfortable being
Okay.
around anybody.
like
That's
myself.
Exactly. So
Allegedly.
that's what that's what this is. I'm
See,
just
that's how
breaking
rumors
it down
get started.
for you.
He
That's
just
what
start
this is about.
giggling.
She has the best. Lisa has the
The
best.
viewers
time
are gonna
with
let you have it in the comments, Jason.
know
They
they
are
are.
on my side.
Well,
Would you
thank God
go-
I'm busy. I don't have time to
Would
read
you
that.
go to the quote unquote tranny Taco Tuesday? Would it offend your, delicate, your heterosexual sensibilities to be around transvestites and eat tacos?
They're not transvestites.
You said you're gonna ask it a different goddamn way, but it's the same way.
She said the same.
the same
exact
shit he said.
I just wanted to dig it in there a little bit more.
I'm in the hot seat now.
Let Jessie answer, please.
I'm detail oriented. Like I need to know, you know what I mean? Whether it was a tranny Taco Tuesday or like, just a restaurant Taco Tuesday. I'm still gonna ask like, yo, what's happening at the Taco Tuesday? If it's just people eating, I mean, if the host just so happens to be gay and he's throwing a Taco Tuesday and G hit me up and was like, yo, I'm going to Taco Tuesday. It's gonna
And
be
he's
cool.
wearing heels, fishnets, and a big
No,
wig.
no.
If G's wearing heels, big.
I would definitely go to that Taco Tuesday if Gia was wearing that shit.
No. Remember, everybody. It's
like I'm not gonna be
Right.
offended no matter
Okay.
what. Like I went with my sister to West Hollywood on Halloween one time. Like that was a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That was a lot.
You survived that. You could survive anything.
Right. Then like you know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
can
Like I'm not
survive
gonna be
anything.
offended.
Okay.
You know, or nothing along those
Well, because you're young, black, good looking in Hollywood, you're the new guy that's everywhere. They're gonna come for you at some point. The gay community, they all do. It's like the agency. They're
right.
ready.
I mean,
Odell can't get away from them. Nobody. They want everybody to.
agency.
No, they're like the agency.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
I'm not in that community. I mean, I'm not in that because I don't care who is or isn't because I have my own philosophy.
Okay, so question. We are going to get into your business a little bit here. Like
Into
we are,
my business.
Yeah, your business, okay?
my business. All right.
So are you seeing anybody right now? Because the girls are going to want to know. They're going to be like, Melissa, why the fuck didn't you ask him if he's seeing somebody right
I
now?
am. Yeah.
You are?
I am.
Okay.
Is she a white girl or a black girl?
She's Spanish.
Okay.
It's like
How long y'all
towing.
been
It's like
together?
towing the line.
It's like towing the line,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
because-
Black girls are like,
It depends.
okay. She got flavor. She uses like seasoning for her chicken. Fine.
Don't blend.
Fine.
But wait, is she like? This is gonna sound so bad to our viewers. Please don't judge me. Is she like fruit stand on the corner Spanish, or is she like
shit.
Cardi B Spanish?
Cardi B Spanish?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
She's
know much
Dominican.
about
She's actually
Cardi
half
B.
Dominican, half Trini.
I
You
love
don't hear
her.
the accent?
We all love her.
What's that?
You know, her accent's so fucking Dominican.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, she lives in Washington Heights, I believe. So, you know.
So yeah,
Unless
that's
she
the
hasn't
question.
moved
Like,
out
what
to
type of
us.
Spanish is she?
What kind?
Is she like
She's-
cut you in your sleep Spanish?
think
No,
they're all
no,
like
no, no,
that.
no. She's very.
Shout out to my
She's
crazy ass girlfriend.
she's Mexican for the record.
Oh,
you know.
that's
She's
borderline
Mexican.
crazy.
But she's not the crazy type. Like, maybe she is. Maybe she's fooling me. Like,
Did
you
she
never
vote for
know.
Trump?
She didn't vote at all, and I'll tell you why.
She's
She
not a
refused
citizen?
to vote for Trump.
Okay.
But she's like a very strong believer in Christ, and she does not think that a female should.
Run the
Oh
country.
wow.
Yeah, so I was
never
like,
heard that one.
yeah, I know. I was surprised when she told me. I was like, "Who you voting for?" Because I was, I'm testing you out. Like, hey, who you vote for? She was like, "I'm not gonna vote." She told me. I was like, "Oh,
How old is she?
she's 24."
Okay.
Huh.
So how long have you guys been together?
About a year and a half.
Okay, so I don't really know. So in your community, when
In my community,
The straight community.
in the straight community. Okay,
In your
okay.
community-
I didn't know if you meant like in the black community
It's
and like the
straight.
straight.
Oh,
Okay,
he black. Yeah.
allegedly. No, so in your community, so a year and a half, you're an actor, you're working with LeBron James, he's sending you shoes. I stalked your Instagram. Are
sent
you
me
guys
either.
having protected sex, or is it just like we raw dogging it and hoping that your pull-out game is on point?
Because we had Tank on the show. He talked about his pullout game, and he
Was on 100?
It's on 100,000
He said, "I'm the
trillion.
pull." Hey, he
He's
said,
the-
"Just like
he-
I'm the pull-out king."
Yeah.
He said it just like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that between me and her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Good
not
for you.
He's
That's
not wearing a
for.
condom.
All right. Well, let me ask you this then.
He's not wearing it. No, because he gonna have survivor
Right,
remorse.
right. So
So
let
he
me
gonna have
ask-
survivor
Right.
remorse if he don't pull out fast enough and he get that Latina pregnant.
Let me ask you
and
this.
And then he get a Nike deal and his Samsung deal and all his other deals. 50% got to go to that.
Let me ask you
Okay,
this. So you got survivor's remorse. You
I
got
think I just
almost
turned
Christmas.
into
Wait, hold
LeBron
on one
somehow.
second. Wait, back.
Okay,
Wait,
okay,
no,
okay.
no, no.
Wait,
Let's.
no.
Okay.
Wait. Trust me, it's going to be good.
Okay.
You have survivor's
Hopefully.
remorse. You have almost Christmas. Independence Day 2. You got a girlfriend. How much pussy is you dodging?
Okay, thank you, because that's where I was going. Good
How
for
much
you.
pussy is you dodging,
Good
bro?
for you.
Man, bro, I'm King Curve. Like, you know what it is?
That's my nickname is Curve Queen.
Oh, well, look at that. Now I'm King Curve. Listen, I am Chris Paul, if that makes sense. Like, I lead the league in assists. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot of homies, and they be like, yo, she's bad. And I'm like, yeah, I know. You got her,
Right,
bro.
right.
That's you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing.
But let me
I
ask
like
you,
that.
I know it's
The temptation factor
I
must
know what
be-
chicks have to come to you while you on tour for a press tour, a press junket, and I know a chick is coming to you. You said in your mind, I will fuck your soul.
And it's kind of disrespectful to the rest of the up and coming actors who are like waiting to have that problem, and you're not accepting the fringe benefits that come along with the talent that you have.
You guys ain't shit.
I mean, I'm trying to
You
look.
both ain't
I'm trying to
shit.
look at the brighter, positive, more. You should
Look,
indulge
I
a
guess
little bit.
I guess
Listen.
Chris Rock was honest when he said men are as faithful as their fucking options. You two are a perfect example of that shit.
I'm faithful.
Yeah, because you broke, motherfucker, and living in a basement.
God damn.
Damn, bro. I thought you had it better than that. Hold on. I thought you was good out here.
First of all,
I'm sorry.
You didn't say,
I am broke.
Wait.
But I will say that.
Just because there's a lot of voices on the radio, just for clarification, I don't live in a basement and I ain't broke. I got money.
I was talking to Gio.
I don't have money, but
Shout
I
out
don't
to-
live in
shout
a
out to the
basement.
money team.
We lived in an apartment
Right.
that was illegally not coded, and it was considered the basement.
Jesse.
But we-
Steel or like?
No.
okay.
We
Yeah,
upgraded.
Got you.
Jesse.
But my girl has her own hair salon. She's good.
Jesse.
Okay.
I'm broke because I pay $950 a month in child support.
Your girlfriend combing hair in the bathroom ain't a hair
Oh
salon.
no! Oh well, doing Vince Vaughn's hair is bad.
Who was Vince Vaughn? That was a joke.
Okay, I'm about to
Back to
say.
Jesse. So
That's pretty good.
So you're playing dodgeball. No, you're playing dodgeball. You're playing dodge pussy.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Oh man.
You motherfucker!
So with the
I'll kick your ass.
so you and your girl, because you're young, she's young, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
24.
We're the same age.
As you and your career evolve, as you in this thing that's getting ready to happen to you, people are going to start putting you in these bigger films, and you're in a big films already. At some point, you're gonna want to know: is your girl gonna be down with you at maybe adding somebody to the
Oh
bedroom?
no, absolutely not.
You already talked about it.
Hey, she doesn't feel like a woman should be president. She's
That
like, you know,
relation-
Oh, absolutely
she
not.
seems very traditional in her way of thinking.
is.
Yeah,
She is.
Well,
Okay.
this is what I told Don Benjamin when he was dating the single girl, because he was dating this.
I think
They back together now.
no,
I was going
Stop-
to
wait,
say,
wait.
I think our show broke them up.
She was
Is that
no.
right?
Let's back up.
No? Okay.
You don't have to fear anything. Don was dating another girl, a singer, as he was rising up in whatever he was doing. And I said to him, "When is this relationship going to end? Because you get ready to be a bit, you get ready to do anything." And he said, "Oh no, love her." Anyway, that they ended their relationship. Now he's with Leanne. That was his other girl.
Okay,
Sorry,
right.
I misunderstood.
Nikki.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So my point is, this is wifey?
This is wifey.
At
This is
24,
wifey.
you know that?
I've known her since we were 14.
That's so cute.
I mean, you knew Ronald McDonald since you was 14, but you didn't go eat. You ain't eating burgers every day. You've been in shape and shit.
I was engaged at 24.
You were engaged at 24?
That shit
I don't
didn't
believe
last. I
Okay.
was. I mean, I was
Yessie?
engaged. No,
Okay,
before
sorry.
her. I
okay.
was engaged for 4 years.
But
at
see, now-
24.
I respect the process too, though. You know what I mean? Like, I will date until dating is like comfortable, and then like we go to the next step and the next step and the next step. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, I've known you since we were 14. We've been dating for a year and a half. I feel like you're the one, so let's get married right now. Like that's not gonna, you know what I mean? That's not gonna happen.
Or if you don't start wearing condoms and don't pull out on time, then you
Who
won't have to have
said?
that conversation.
You said
When did I ever?
said it earlier.
I did not say it earlier. Don't do that.
Watch this. Watch this. Do you still?
Do what?
Do you still?
Do I steal?
Yeah.
What do you mean, like from people?
Yeah.
No.
See how he answered that? Do you pull out? I mean, it's a pretty simple question. You know, the thing I really like about Jessie T. Usher is that I just had to say your whole name. People
Right.
people call me Jason Lee, like I'm Jason.
I'm Melissa
brand.
Ford.
Giovanni.
Straight Giovanni. With
No.
the deepened voice.
Actually,
Giovanni.
today you're the wig lady. That you just wear it proudly.
lady.
Sorry.
Take that hat off, girl.
Are you having a surge over there of anger or okay? Exactly. No, thank you. Not my type. Okay.
I wonder.
So Jesse,
I can't
Yes.
stand both of them.
I really like how like you really saw like you held your girl down today. You didn't tell any of your real like you didn't get too personal.
Right,
You know,
right.
Gio, who's a good friend of yours, you know he told us that his girlfriend swallows. Right?
Yeah.
Would you ever do something like that? Would you ever tell your girl's business like
Never.
that? I would never tell my partner's business either.
You're such a goddamn liar. You are such a liar.
And a half.
Okay.
And don't be looking at my girl different next time you see her, bro. That's why he got that look on his
I
face.
bet you-
Because he
I
was
bet-
going to come over to the crib to have a card night the other night.
Gonna play Uno or something.
Jesse gonna come to your house with a marker and be like, we got to mark everybody's cup in this motherfucker.
Oh man,
Because there's some extracurricular shit going on. in this
going on
house.
in here.
Hey, man. It's
Okay,
all
well,
good.
let me ask you, Jesse, because you are part of, the social media generation. You've come up using, like the devices for you guys is just like, and what?
Right.
For me, it's like, what? I don't understand what this thing is. What role does social media play in your relationship? Because a lot of times that could be the demise of a relationship. I mean, some girls feel like he doesn't post me enough, or his girl,
Wow.
how does that?
Social media has become more of a business thing than, and that's not even on my own. Like just naturally, that's kind of what it's gravitated towards. Like everyone is using social media as a platform to excel themselves in whatever direction. So for me, my social media is balanced. Like there's some personal stuff there, but there's not a lot.
You climb a lot of shit.
You can go through my social media and really not know anything
about you.
You rock climb? Is that what you guys are trying to say?
He climbs things. I don't know why I'm seeing that now. Like you travel, I don't know what you were climbing something, because I actually went on your Instagram and followed one of your friends. I can't remember who he was.
Oh, God.
He was light skinned.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And we was climbing.
No, you guys weren't both climbing. You were climbing in one picture. He was just there in another picture.
Well, that's Jason's next target.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Sure,
Okay.
we can talk about.
Don't make our guest.
You know what I'm really interested in hearing though. We didn't say this. I touched on it when I was
This is sounding
when I was
really
speaking your accolades. I do want to know, how did you become the lead in Independence Day 2 though, bro?
Man, that was one of those moments where like every star kind of just aligned perfectly.
Dang.
I was training for Survivor's Remorse with this, in this gym with this trainer who also trains a guy named Harold Closer, who is a very close friend and producing partner of Roland Emmerich, who's the director of Independence Day. Harold met me at the gym and thought that I reminded him of a young Will Smith. So he told Roland about me.
Wow.
I had to go shoot in Survivor's Remorse, and when I came back, I had heard that Roland wanted to sit down and meet me for, meet face to face. And we just kind of had that meeting. Roland felt the same way that Harold did, and they just offered me the role from like this little lunch meeting. Yeah, it was
offered you the role. You didn't have to audition.
No, they offered
That's
me.
awesome.
You already on your
crazy.
Will Smith shit.
They offered me the role.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Earth
crazy.
is not for the taking.
It's not for the taking.
Hey man,
Did you feel pressure doing that film? Because the first one was huge.
big shoes to fill?
Yeah, I think I had some self, like I was kind of applying pressure like on myself to do things a certain way. But when we filmed in Albuquerque. When I got out there, I was a month and a half late because I was still filming the show and they had already started production. And
They shot around you.
Yeah, they shot around me. So like the machine was already moving. So like I kind of just had to come in and find my place. There was, I didn't have time to be like, oh man, let me, it wasn't that. It was like, yo, you're behind on like all these things. So like go in there, do this and it'll work. And I'm just like, cool, I'm gonna trust y'all because y'all trust me and we just gonna do it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did Will ever come to set?
I wish.
Is he executive producer of it?
He did not.
Wow.
Well, I mean, he just did his job and walked away. I mean, I know for us, it's like Independence Day,
Right.
but for him, it's a job.
But I saw you got the
Right.
you met him. Was it the premiere or
At the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
wow? You out there at the White House?
I was there at the White House, man.
I want to see that there was like a 20-year gap in between the two movies. Is that
It's
right?
exactly
it was
20 years.
So you're the son.
1996 to 2016.
You're the son.
I'm the son grown up.
Little Nicky, was that little Nicky from Will Smith?
Yeah,
the
that
Fresh
was.
Prince?
Yeah.
Okay, so for people out there, I mean, I have a lot of people that I come across who are aspiring actors. They want to get in the business. What is it that you would say to them that you learned? What was the biggest lesson that you've learned to like get to where you are now?
Man, perseverance is key.
Yeah,
Knowledge is
especially
power.
because of that
know?
audition process.
Yeah, absolutely.
It could be discouraging.
It can be very discouraging.
Yeah.
And then, there's also the times when you're not getting auditions,
At all.
which is probably even more discouraging.
Yeah.
There's a lot of actors who kind of feel like if they're not getting auditions, then they're failing, or if they're not getting callbacks, then they're failing. And that's not necessarily it. What I've learned from being in this industry is that, like, you think getting the presidential election is political? Like, this shit is political. You know what I mean? It is like favors upon favors that are like owed to people that you have no control over. You can have the best audition in the world, but the studio owes this person a second movie deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they gotta get, like, they don't, everyone behind the movie wants you, but the studio who has the money is saying like, well, we gotta do a movie with this dude.
Yeah.
We owe him.
I've never heard anybody put
it like that.
Yeah, I
like
know
that.
what I did
That's,
either.
that's awesome.
Yeah, you just never know.
Yeah, I mean, just try. I know from personal experience. I'm sure Gio knows as well. Just going to the cattle call that is the audition and stuff like that, getting the call back, and just feels like a very dangerous thing in this business. You know, it can literally like
Destroy you.
Destroy you.
You gotta take
Exactly.
it with a grain of salt. You
Yeah.
know? You really do.
I couldn't do it because I would be all types of fuck yous when I don't get it. Fuck you. Pretty much. No,
You would.
But you can't be that way because you might be saying it to the wrong person.
He
You
would.
can say it to the person who's really
and
rooting.
you know what
for
I would say if somebody said that? I know God. I ain't worried about fuck you.
Right.
I'm not gonna get the part because I know like my limitations. See, the problem with a lot of people, they get into shit that they know they had no business getting into.
Yeah.
I couldn't even. I can't deal with rejection like that. You went to the audition how many times for?
7.
7.
I'd have been like, bro, you know me. You see, you got what?
It's kind of like
yeah, it would've been-
Yeah.
Lamorne, he went out for New Girl about 7-8 times. It happens.
But look what that did for him.
I mean,
I want to ask you this. It's dipping a little bit. Because I know what Lamorne started off making a week on New Girl to what he's making now 6-7 seasons.
Right.
Bro, you in another tax bracket right now, Survivors?
he's not living in the basement. That's for goddamn sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
On that note, what else are you working on, and what should people be looking for from Jessie T. Usher?
I just finished a movie with Bella Thorne and Will Brill called Ride, which was independent, and we're gonna take it
It'll
to
be the best.
Yeah, it was an experience. It was actually my first independent. It was actually my first time starring in something that was independent. So, you know, I got a chance to see the difference, like for real. Like before, it was, you know, when you do a 1 or 2 day thing, it just seems like a 1 or 2 day thing, whether it's Independence Day, whether it's a TV show, whether it doesn't matter, you know. But when you're there every day, you really get to see the difference. But we had an incredible cast, and like the writer and director, he wanted it to be like a 3-person film and just have it be a 3-person film. So like you'll see maybe 1 or 2 other characters for like 10 seconds, but it's really just the 3 of us.
What's it about?
It's about like, it's a thriller about this Uber ride gone way wrong.
Was Tierra Marie in that?
Oh, shit. Was Tommy in
Did
there?
I miss something?
The girl from my show, he clearly don't. I don't blame you. Don't watch Love and Hip Hop. She was her whole.
I don't watch any reality.
Her whole storyline this season. She beat up an Uber driver over stealing her charger.
Oh,
and
wow.
She went to jail.
Oh,
Well, so back to it's real out in these streets.
you're right. Yeah, no, this is facts out here.
So back to the premise of Rides. the movie.
So back to the premise of Ride is I play the Uber driver. And what happens is like a lot of people think when you tell them like, oh, it's a thriller about an Uber ride, you think like the driver is the crazy one. But no, it's actually the passenger who is out to like seek revenge on his now ex-girlfriend and the guy that she left him with. So he kind of uses me.
Are we thinking about Sundance or is it
Sundance.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're thinking about Sundance. They're crunching down a rough edit right now because Sundance is in a few months. And we just wrapped a couple weeks ago.
Got to make that deadline.
Yeah.
I love Sundance.
Yeah, me too.
That's a fun film
We'll be
festival.
looking for it, and we'll be watching your Instagram. So if you suddenly get engaged because you didn't pull out on time, I'm going to take a clip from this show and put it on social media.
That's.
But it was great meeting you. What?
I can't.
It was great meeting you. Thank you for having
He
the
will,
courage
though.
Great to come here and listen.
He didn't know what he was getting himself
But like,
into.
Listen, don't.
I kind of did. Okay.
But you got a lot of lessons today. Don't eat tacos if Gio invites you, and don't drink after his girlfriend. It's all good. We family.
That was your chance to take some shots back.
You know what? I'm not.
You right.
I'll
You
let him.
right.
I'll let him hold that. I'll let him hold that.
Thank you. On that note, we're out.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.